This is the new MG3. It's the British brand's entry into the lucrative hatchback market, but can it compete with rivals such as the Volkswagen Polo, Hyundai i20 and Opel Corsa? Now, as always, we'll talk about the styling of the car. It's a nice looking car. I really like the design of it. MG have nice looking designs. So you've got some nice projector headlights. You have the MG smile, as I like to call it. So you have the very happy looking face. It's a happy car. It's pleased to see you. It's happy. You've also got, what's interesting is you have a carbon diffuser there, which is cool. You've also got some vents. It's a nice dynamic looking front. It looks sporty, but it also looks happy. And then here you have 16-inch diamond cut alloy wheels. Quite cool. This is the base model, and you still get the alloy wheels. It's the same as top spec. Looks the same. From the side, you have the signature MG line. So the line that dips here and then goes upwards, which is actually reminiscent of the MG Roadster from the 50s. So yeah, you have this very nice crisp line that dips and then goes up, and you also have some nice flame surfacing at the bottom. You have this nice hockey stick line that kicks up, and then you have this sort of deep concave, and it's sort of the contrasting elements, they just add up really well. Like, it sort of shrinks the look of the car, having this kink that goes up, and it emphasizes the rear haunches, as you can see. You also have a relatively sloping roofline, as you can see. So it gives the car a sporty look. The rear haunches are nice. You have these shoulders, which is unusual for a hatchback. They don't usually have these like shoulders that the SUVs do. So you have that. You also have really nice rear lights. You have the MG3 logo at the back. You have, I like how they could have put a fake vent here, but instead of that, they put the light, which is clever. You also have a rear diffuser. You have the MG badge at the back, a rear wiper. And then you see from this angle, it has really nice lines. It's a nice looking car. Now, as you can see, it's a really nice cabin inside the MG3. It's a really nice atmosphere. You have a steering wheel from the HS and Cyberster, which is actually shaped like an octagon, which is quite a cool Easter egg. You have the material. It's not quite as upmarket as the ZS, being a low-end car. You have sort of hard plastics, and they don't look hard. You also have this sort of tartan effect, which is very British. There's British checkered effect. You also have orange stitching like you do in the HS, which is soft to touch. You also have two screens there and there. So that's for your driving, and that's for your display. The car is off, so I can't show you that, but I'll explain it more in voiceover. This is the base model comfort model, so you have fully cloth seats. The top spec luxury has part leather seats. So you have this also very nice orange stitching. You also have a black headline to give it a sporty look, but the seats are just so comfortable. And the cloth has this really nice effect. You also have an armrest here. And what's clever is you can do that if you want to put your phone on it, or if you want cup holders, you move that away. So you have the choice. And then you open the armrest, and you have a relatively small cubby space, but it's good for something. But the quality overall is good. Like, nothing's really shaking. That's solid. You have your buttons for the controls here. You also have a decent sized glove box, and the mirror is actually quite a quality item. Look at that. It's frameless. So that's something I'd expect from a BMW or something. And one problem with the comfort, though, is you don't have height adjustable seats. You got to get the luxury for that. But I can try get into my driving position, and just like this, I'm still all right. I'm still all right, though. This is my point of view, and I can still see over the bonnet, so I'm still okay. And overall, it's a really nice atmosphere. The indicators feel good quality. They're nicely damped. Nothing shakes or rattles, as I say. Nothing shakes. It all sounds very sturdy. The door sounds solid. It's a solid car. And you can tell the British designers have really put an effort into making this car feel upmarket. I reckon it's just as good as the Opel Corsas, Volkswagen Polos. You also have the armrest also has this lovely quilting. You have your electronic handbrake. But as I say, the British designers have done a good job into making a quality atmosphere. And it actually has a cool factor about it. So the interior of the MG3 is surprisingly premium with its high quality ambience, but is the back just as impressive? So the front was good, but what about the back? Well, for a start, headroom is very good. I'm 6'2" and I've got decent space. It's not the best, but it's pretty good. I could comfortably sit back here. However, one problem is I've adjusted the seat to my driving position at the front, and knee room is quite tight. It's not quite as roomy as a Volkswagen Polo, but it's still, at least the seat is soft, so you have okay space. You have good space in the back, but I wouldn't say that the MG3 is a class leader in that respect. However, quality is still good. You have the aluminium effect door handles. The window switches are nicely damped. You still have the leather quilting on the seat. And even though the headrests don't adjust, they're still quite comfortable. Let's see what it's like in the middle. One thing that you don't usually get in this class of car is the rear air vents. I haven't seen those in a Polo or Corsa. You also have a USB port and a compartment down there. But in the middle, it's actually good. Actually, now I've got more knee room. And headroom is still pretty good. I'm actually quite impressed with this car. It's got a nice character to it. I think you don't get seat pockets because it's the base model. The top of the Pops model has this, but they're both comfort models. So, let's check the boot. So while the MG3 isn't exactly class leading in terms of space, it is still class competitive against the Renault Clio and Opel Corsa. And MG have made up for it with the rear vents and USB ports. So what's the boot space like? Alright, so the boot of the new MG3. You have a decently sized spare wheel. It is a biscuit, but it is better to have than to have not, because some of these new cars do not have spare wheels. You also have an LED light here, which is nice. You know, it's a nice touch. And if we fold down the seats, let's just check the space there. It is a bench unit. That's one thing with the MG3. I wouldn't say it's a drawback, but it is something to take note of. Let me just move the seats forward. And as you can see, we have even more space. There is a bit of a load lip. It would have been nice if we had a false floor like the ZS, but it's still perfectly spacious. I mean, you could easily fit 2 suitcases in there without the seats folded down. And I do quite like the LED light. You also have a parcel shelf which feels good quality. Overall, it's actually surprisingly practical for a little car. The MG3 does have the smallest boot in its segment with 293 litres with the seats up and 983 litres with the seats down. And while it isn't as big as a Renault Clio's boot, which is the biggest in the segment, the MG does have far more space in the back. And its boot is still usable with a spare wheel included. Doesn't sound so bad now, does it? Underneath the bonnet of the MG3 is a 1.5 litre naturally aspirated petrol engine. You have 2 engine choices with this car. You have the naturally aspirated normal engine, which is in this car, and the top of the range hybrid drivetrain, which has once again the same 1.5 engine but with a hybrid motor. It's cool that they didn't put an engine cover so you can see exactly what's going on with the engine. The naturally aspirated 1.5 produces a healthy 81 kilowatts and 142 newton meters. This makes it the most powerful non-turbo in the segment, beating the Hyundai i20 1.4 73 kilowatts and 133 newton meters, and the Toyota Starlet 77 kilowatts and 138 newton meters. You can also get the MG3 Hybrid, which is the fastest hatchback in the segment full stop, with 155 kilowatts and a whopping 425 Newton meters of torque. In terms of fuel economy, the naturally aspirated 1.5 will do 6 liters to the 100 and the hybrid will do 4.3 liters to the 100. These are both impressive figures. So what's my verdict on the MG3? Should you buy one? And once again, of course you should buy one. It's an MG, isn't it? Of course I'm going to say you should buy it. But what we have here is a competent hatchback with lots of features, very nice design, and a good warranty. So you have a 7-year, 200,000 kilometer warranty on this, and you have I think it's a 3-year service plan or something. I'll put it on the video, but here we have a very nice car, and it stands out amongst rivals such as the Toyota Starlet, Volkswagen Polo, Opel Corsa. And the thing is, it's way cheaper than those. Prices for the MG3 start at $269,900 for the Comfort manual and $309,900 for the Comfort CVT automatic. This gets you 4 airbags, 4 speakers, ABS, EBD, traction control, automatic headlamps, push-button start, and a 10.25-inch touchscreen, along with a 7-inch driver's display. 16-inch diamond-cut alloy wheels and, rather impressively, rear parking sensors with a reverse camera. For 344,900 Rand, you can step up to luxury, which only comes in automatic, guys. And with this, you get a 360-degree camera, LED headlamps with adaptive high beam assist, automatic wipers, 6 speakers, power folding mirrors, and semi-leather seats with a leather steering finish. The MG3 is, as usual from MG, a very impressive package with its high-spec, eye-catching design, 7-year 200,000 kilometer warranty, and a 3-year 45,000 kilometer service plan. It's way cheaper than its rivals too, with the MG3 Comfort undercutting the equivalent Starlet by 51,000 Rand, as cheaper versions of that lack the spec of the MG3. It undercuts the i20 Premium by 60,000 Rand and the Volkswagen Polo by 104,000 Rand. The MG3 Luxury undercuts the i20 Executive by 5,000 Rand and it undercuts the Polo Automatic by 104,000 Rand. The MG3 Hybrid is 469,000 Rand, undercutting the top spec Polo by 30,000 Rand. And do remember, the MG3 Hybrid has 8 more kilowatts and 105 Newton meters more torque than the Polo GTI, which is another 115,000 Rand more altogether. The MG3, in my opinion, offers the best value, style, and overall quality in the segment. MG is putting its money where their mouth is, and the competition should be worried.